When someone mentions high school hobbies, what's the first thing that comes to mind? While most schools focus mainly on athletics or academics, art is often overlooked and goes unnoticed. Despite the numerous art classes Gorman has to offer, the artwork of students don't get as much recognition compared to the athletes or academic weapons. Should artists get the same amount of recognition?
So, can you please say your name and the way you spell it?
My name is Kylie Kowalczuk, and I am a senior at Bishop Gorman High School.
James Whitaker.
Miranda.
I'm Tatum Thompson, and I'm a senior.
Camilla Drennen.
My name is Alexandra Goldie, and I am in 12th grade.
I'm Martha Hall. I am a visual arts teacher. I teach ceramics at the beginning, intermediate, and AP level.
I've always had a love and a passion for art. Ever since I was small, it was just something I naturally gravitated towards, and it was mostly my classes at school where I developed my talent more and just fell more in love.
I've done art ever since I was a little girl. Me and my brother always used to draw together and paint together, and we were just always into finger painting and all that fun stuff.
I just started doing art, and I never really did it before, but kind of got the hang of it and started getting good at it.
Yeah, that's really what started it, and then my mom put me in art classes just to get me started and let me learn and use new materials.
Just kind of gives me time to get away from academics. So.
I like using things that are movable, so oil paint because it doesn't dry fast, or oil pastel, charcoal, anything that I can use my hands in.
I mostly work with alcohol markers. They're my favorite because I feel like I get the most range of colors. They're easy to use for a lot of different types of things, and I can really just manipulate them to get what I want.
I like realism, but I've recently been getting into the t-shirts, the screen printing, graphic design.
How do you think you've grown the program since you've started?
Oh, good question. Well, obviously it was really thriving, and then COVID and the pandemic really shut things down because, classes were put at home. So I think that definitely stunted the growth that was already happening, but the return to kind of this idea of building something in the social aspect of ceramics, I think a lot of students really like, is, it's a collaborative class. You can talk to your friends while you're working on something. It teaches multitasking and a lot of life skills.
Do you ever get creative block? And if so, how do you overcome it? And what would you say to others who are also experiencing it?
Yeah, so I definitely have had it before, and I think just working, I know it's kind of a basic answer, and it's not, it's always easier said than done, but probably just working through just brainstorming, and I have random pages in my sketchbook where I just write a bunch of things and put my thoughts on the paper, and then once you just keep doing that, something will spark and then get out of it, hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, a big thing about art is, in my opinion, you can't really copy art. It's everything's off of an influence. It's a reference photo.
I definitely do. Actually, right now, I've completely strayed away from ISI because I'm just blocked. I don't really know what to do for it.
I usually go on Pinterest just for fun, just to look what to do and just to give me ideas. And then that usually starts an idea. And yeah, I would just say go on Pinterest or Safari or any other art platform.
I have to like do something else like towards like the middle of the project because I just can't. I think it's boring, and I think that's why my work ends up how it looks because I get bored.
Definitely going through Pinterest. Pinterest has like a lot of inspiration, a lot of different ideas out there. But of course you have to keep it original, so you can't copy what what other people have done. But I do like Pinterest. I think that opens up to new ideas.
But the best thing for me is I like to just completely take time off from what I was focusing on and focus on something completely different. And a lot of times I'll start focusing on more abstract things and then start to find inspiration through those, through the just abstract colors and shapes, and it starts to like give me inspiration again.
You kind of just have to put pencil on paper and just start going, because you have to start somewhere. It's the hardest part about art, but once you get going, you kind of get into a flow and then develop from there.
The shift from 6 to 8 periods meant a lot of students could fit it in their schedule when they otherwise couldn't because of other requirements. So I think all of those elements helped it to grow. And overall, I like to think that my teaching style allows a lot of freedom for the students to put their own kind of style into the prompts and the assignments I give. And because of that, I think it became pretty popular. Yeah.
Do you see art in your future in like either a career or a hobby?
I plan on keeping it as a hobby. It's still really important to me and I really enjoy it, so I'm not planning on like dropping it.
I could see it as a hobby or a side job. My grandpa told me that I should create postcards and like paint postcards for people and just little things like that. So I could see it as like a little side business.
Yeah, I think I'll always do it. It's definitely gonna be something I do on the side. If I am like one of the lucky ones, hopefully I'll go big with it and then I don't have to like go to med school or anything, but I'll probably just go to med school.
But I don't see it as like a career path for me. I don't think that's really what I should be doing, but I definitely want to keep on doing it as a hobby.
I don't think so. College, I want to play baseball, and I don't really know what I want to major in, but probably not art.
And do you think art is important to society?
It's subjective, so I don't know. Kind of up to other people's opinions.
Oh, for sure. I think that if art didn't exist, like, we would have no way of expressing ourselves to like the purest extent, and I think that art is unique where it's like the only way that we can get like our thoughts in our head out into the world and convey it to other people. So I think it's super important for society.
I don't think there could be life without art. Honestly, because like nature is art in its own way from God, right? And then like architecture is art, so like every building you've ever walked into, somebody thought about the aesthetics of it and the way it would look and how people would move through it. Every piece of clothing, like food is an art too, you know, everything that makes life really exciting and fantastic and even, you know, necessary is an art.
That's fair. What do you think success means as an artist, or how would you define success?
I think that it's completely subjective for each artist because they obviously have different like ways of creating and different paths they take. So I think that success mostly means like going to your full potential and just growing as an artist, whether that means like you stay in the same medium or you explore a bunch of mediums or ways of composition and work. So I really think that success is subjective for art.
What is the ultimate goal you would want to achieve with either art or just your future in general?
It's funny because you start to feel really grown up and then you realize you're a kid again. I think the ultimate goal, like with my personal work, is I really want to establish like a successful line of functional ceramic work that I could sell regularly. But I'll be honest, production pottery is just like a whole nother beast that I get burnt out on from making the same thing over and over again. So I think ultimately continuing to teach and just share like the process with others is the way you can make the most lasting effect.
An ultimate goal I want to achieve would be for someone to want my art. Like, someone wanted to buy my art a long time ago. Unfortunately, it did fall through, but it made me feel like I can make someone happy with my art.
I want my art to be perceived as more so fun and playful, but most of my pieces do have deeper meanings to them and carry more weight. But the way that I portray them, I try to portray it in more a soft and easy way that's just fun and colorful, but when you look into it, you can find a lot of meaning and emotion.
Okay, this is a kind of a heavy question, but what is art to you?
I think it's this is kind of a tough answer, but it's like my escape from reality, because I've always like had a really busy life where I haven't been able to do art much in my free time. But when I do get to do it, it's like everything just like turns off for me and I just get to fully hone in on something. It's really like the way that I am able to connect to myself more and just express that.
And do your students inspire you in any way?
They definitely do. A lot of the time I'll offer a suggestion or an idea and they'll start to pick it up and then they just take it and run with it to a place where I never thought the project could go or I didn't think the student was necessarily capable of. But that's growth at first, you know, and it's sudden and it's not always linear, that progress. So it's really cool to see the students work from Ceramics 1 all the way up to AP and how much they can really progress.
Art has definitely impacted the culture of Vegas and has the potential to change the way people view life. Whether you think an art piece is good or not, it makes you feel something regardless. We hope our message inspires you to stop the next time you see an artwork and take some time to simply look at it.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Okay, that's all the questions I have for you
Cool.
today. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, that's all.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Well, that is the last question I have for you. Thank
Cool.
you so much.
Thank you.
And I think that's it. All right, thank you so much.
Okay, great. That's all the questions I have.
Okay, perfect.
I think that's it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Cool. Thank you.